some breweries make really great beer, but they sort of go under the radar really, and nobody really knows much about them. And one of those breweries is this one. This is Quantock Brewery. This is Let's Make Waves, a New England IPA in a lovely, strikingly colourful can. But what's it like? Keep on watching to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going to be reviewing this beer. This is from the Quantock Brewery. Now we've had reviewed a couple from them before, quite a while ago, and they were really good. Some of them, one of them I remember being, excellent, and I thought I need to try more from Quantock. But I haven't really seen many of their stuff about. But then I was in my local bottle shop, Chester Beer and Wine. This was sitting on the shelves. I thought, look at that can artwork, really colourful, lovely colours on that. And it's a New England IPA, right up my street. So I thought, I'm going to have that. So this is called Let's Make Waves. It's 6.3%. It is a New England IPA, as I said. And it's got Azacca, Cashmere, Citra and Mosaic. I mean, let's crack it open and see what it's all about. As I said, Quantock, we had one before, and I think that was a New England IPA. I can't remember what it exactly was, but I just remember it being really good. And there was a pale ale and an IPA that I had from them before, and I think the IPA was really good, and the pale ale was just good. But Quantock Brewery, let me tell you a little bit more about them. Well, I don't really know that much, but I know they're based down in Taunton, Somerset, and that was the thing. I remember them being down in the West Country and a really great soft mouthfeel, and I thought it was very sort of Verdant, Daya-esque, and I thought, well, they're all from that sort of neck of the woods, so is that the reason why? But this one, beer in a glass, look at it, beautiful, lovely sort of orangey, I suppose almost like an apricot sort of colour, two fingers, just off white but pretty compacted head, looks pretty good, slow moving carbonation, you can just see that at the bottom there. Let's see what the aromas are like. Yeah, I mean, it looks apricot and peachy, and it smells very, very much like that sort of stone fruit aroma. Very strong on peaches, really sort of sweet, mango, apricot, all of those sort of big stone fruit sort of aromas. Smells pretty good, but let's see what it tastes like. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, really juicy, fruity, big hits of peach, apricot, mango, all of those sort of fruits. They all sort of, they're all the stone fruit family, really. Obviously, the mango's more the tropical stuff, but you're getting a lot of that peach in there as well. Really tasty. Fairly soft, but then a medium sort of level of carbonation. I think I probably need to turn my fridge down because this is a little bit too cold, I think. So the flavour's a little bit dull, just because all you're getting is that real cold bite when you drink it. It's pretty good though. There's that, you're getting waves of sort of fruit, really juicy, pulpy fruit. But it's quite light in terms of, the fruit's not overly dank. It's got a very sort of a zesty undertone underneath it as well. But it's a big stone fruit flavoured New England IPA. Reminds me a little bit of things like, what does it remind me of? It reminds me a bit of the Salt Knuckleback, which is a New England IPA. It's got that sort of profile, quite soft and a sort of medium body. But there's a little bit of zingy carbonation that just gets those flavours sort of zipping around, really, and makes it much more sort of lighter and zestier. Yeah, it's pretty good. Not much more to say about it. Obviously, those 4 hops, Azacca I really like, actually. It just gives a real juicy sort of flavour. Cashmere is I know I've had cashmere in beers, and I think I've actually had a single hop beer with a cashmere in it. I'm not sure on the sort of flavour. When I think of cashmere, I think that gives it the smoothness just because of the name cashmere. But it's not a hop that's used very often, and obviously Citra and Mosaic are used loads, so you would expect that. It says here it's a massive flavour, New England IPA, aromatic beer, boasts glorious hints of tropical fruit, expect a full body and silky mouthfeel. Yeah, it's got that. Followed with big flavours of citrus and pine with subtle herbal undertone. Not picking up that. And the pine, there's not really much pine. There is, as I said, there's a citrusy sort of note that's sort of almost on the back end, a very sort of, but mainly lemon in terms of the citrus. I wouldn't say there's much in the way of grapefruit. I'm picking very little up in terms of pininess, but there is definitely big peachy flavours on the front end. Peachy, mango, all of those sort of flavours. Pretty good, lovely sort of soft mouthfeel. It's a pretty good New England IPA, and this one cost me, I think this was about £3.85, so pretty good value as well. Pretty good. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in from Quantock Brewery's Let's Make Waves, a New England IPA coming in at 6.3% in a 440ml can, and this has got Azaka, Cashmere, Mosaic and Citra hops in it. Pretty good, an excellent example of a New England IPA, and every time I look at that can I think, yeah, it's a really striking can. I love all the different colours sort of on there. I mean, all the colours of the rainbow on there. Looks pretty good. Quantock Brewery, they're based down in the southwest in Taunton. They're definitely one of those breweries to watch out for, and they're one of the ones that sort of, you don't hear them mentioned much. You don't see many beer YouTubers reviewing their stuff. I don't know what sort of releases they have. It seems like they do. I think they do also do a few single hop series, which I probably should get hold of as well, because I did see them in they had a Galaxy one, they had a Talus one as well, single hop. I must get them as well. Always reasonably priced in the bottle shop. They always under £4, so pretty damn good. But let's go through the scores. So aroma. So it's a lovely aroma for this, as you'd expect from a New England, but much more on the stone fruit sort of aromas. So you're getting peaches, you're getting apricots, you're getting mango in there. And then there's a sort of, just a subtleness of sort of lemony citrus as well in there. And that's pretty much it. But it smells pretty good. It's got a nice fresh sort of smell to it. Doesn't smell too sort of overly dank or overripened fruit. It's just got a real sort of a light sort of aroma, and I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to give it 13 for aroma. Appearance, well, I think it looks pretty good. It's a lovely sort of apricot colour, sort of just off orangey sort of golden orange colour. We got a nice sort of, the head is retained well. There's about a finger of head that's all the way down the glass, so that's pretty good. So I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 for appearance. And then flavour. Well, the flavour is very similar to the aroma. So you're getting big hits of peach, sweet peach, mango, apricot in there as well. And then there's this sort of, you get these sort of waves of citrus, which is mainly lemony opposed to sort of lime or orange or anything, or grapefruit even. And that's pretty much it. The citrus, the lemony sort of thing, you get that hit of that on the back end. The can says pininess and herbal. I'm not picking up any of that. It tastes pretty good though. It's very much a New England IPA on the stone fruit spectrum, as it were. So I'm giving it 34 for flavour. Value for money. Well, I think this was $3.60 or something like that. I think it's pretty good, there's not much. It's in the sort of region that you pay in the supermarkets, and there is definitely, I think it's a bit better than a lot of the supermarkets. Yes, there's similarities a little bit with some of the New England IPAs you can get, like the one from Salt, the Huckaback, maybe even although that's a pale ale, the London Beer Factory. It's very much a stone fruit type of flavoured New England style beer. But I think value for money is pretty good, so I'm giving it 9 out of 10. And then my overall experience, it's a really nice beer. I mean, I do find sometimes with stone fruits, you get they're a little bit too strong, and they're not fresh, and they're not light, and they're not sweet. They're a little bit more sort of, I wouldn't say dull, but they're much more on the sort of, it gives it sometimes a little bit more dankness really with when you have stone fruit flavours. But this is very fresh tasting, and I think that makes it a much more refreshing and easy to drink beer. So I'm giving it 14 for overall experience. Topping those scores up, we get a recommended 79, but it's right at the high level. It's a top end White Snake beer. It's a still of the night. It's your sailing ships. That's what it is. It's a great beer, and it's a good White Snake beer as well. So, hope you've enjoyed this review. Let me hold up the can again. Quantock Brewing. You can't miss this can because it's really striking. One to watch out for. If you've had any others by Quantock, let me know. Let me know in the comments what you think of them, because I think they're one of those sort of breweries that no one really knows about. You don't get huge amounts of reviews for them, but I think they're slowly building to be one of those sort of top British breweries. So keep an eye out for them. And I hope you've enjoyed this review. And until the next one, keep on rocking.